Alright boys and girls, in today's video we are going to go over some very interesting add-ons that aren't commonly known. So these aren't going to be things like bandits and sky shards. These are really kind of unknown, useful, interesting add-ons. So let's get into it. Alright, first add-on up, and not that interesting, but this is pretty useful. So as you're going to see here in a second when these lovely zombies kill us, we're going to get a interesting death recap. Alright, as you can see, way more detailed than what the base game recap is. So you're just getting a lot more information here. You can also go up here and go through different times and so on and so on. There's not a whole lot to say here. Yes, Combat Metrics kind of does this, but not in this kind of way. It's just really handy to get a bigger picture of what was going on when you died. You could also see your healing and so on. Not a whole lot to say, so let's move on. Next add-on, I think, is more important now than it has ever been, and that is Squishy Finder. And what this does is, as you can see here, it's saying easy, and it's got its health there, 21.3k. Now you can go into the settings here and actually adjust quite a bit in here. So you can adjust what the value is for each one. So this actually scales, so you can see here we've got 17k health, so you can have a text there and a color, 21, 25. Basically, you can adjust the text and the number to what you want it to be, or you can just leave it as the default. Now, something to keep in mind, as default, this is quite a invasive UI add-on, and what I mean by that is it clutters the reticle, but you can change the X and Y offsets here for where they sit. So I actually have mine set to -225, and I've set the left one to 6,000. So this pushes the second number all the way off the screen because it shows 21k health on both sides of the reticle, and you don't need that. Now, obviously, the offset and the way that this is set up, it requires you to play around with it a little bit and getting the position right. It's not as simple as just clicking on it and dragging it, unfortunately, but you can get it to where you want it to be. And basically, it's just a way of easily finding targets that are low health. Now, obviously, this isn't always an indication of someone being squishy, but it is a good start. And it's been quite handy for me. All right, a couple quick fire add-ons. Target Whisper does exactly what it says. You keybind a button and then you hover over someone and hit that keybind, and it puts their straight into chat so you can message them. So if you're in PvP and you want to message a friendly, or you get zerged down and you want to cry at someone for running you down, then you can just hit Target Whisper and you can message them straight away. Handy in PvE as well. Then we have copy to chat clipboard. Copy to clipboard. Basically, it brings this little thing into your chat here. You can click it and then it allows you to copy the text. Now, a lot of people use pchat, but I've had a lot of issues with that over the years. This just is a nice, simple add-on that allows you to copy out of chat. Next up, it isn't actually an add-on. It got added to the base game in the last update, but I think it's worth mentioning here. And this is the new kind of icon you can put above people so you can target them and you keybind a button, and as you can see, there's symbols getting placed on their head. Now, this is really handy because if you're in a group, your group members can see it, so you could target healers with this. Also, it's getting used in larger scale PvP where groups are running more than one group. You can put this icon over your friendly second raid lead or your first raid lead, so the second group can see where the first initial raid lead is, and you can have up to 9 of these. Obviously, you'd have to have a keybind to each one, but yeah. It's a nice little add-on that they added to the game, and I think they should have done something like this a long time ago. Okay, next up, we have something that I find absolutely hilarious. That is AdBlock Plus. Now, this basically allows you to filter your chat. There's quite a few things in here that it can do, getting rid of like like want to sell, want to buy, guild stuff, and all that kind of stuff. So you can clean your chat up if you don't want to see a lot of that stuff. I've only just installed this and had it for a little while, so I can't say too much how great it is at actually filtering things, but I'll let you know in the comment section if I have any trouble with it. Now, the next one is definitely probably the most common out of all of these add-ons that we've talked about, but it is by far one of my favorite UI add-ons, so I do want to mention it really quickly, and that's Action Duration Reminder. As you can see, it just adds nice little countdown around the bar and then the timer there, and adds your buffs to the top of your skill bar. Now, Bandits does do this, but I prefer the way that Action Duration Reminder does it. And then you can pair this with Azurah as well. What Azurah allows you to do is turn off your keybind background, your keybind text, and your weapon swap icons. So just cleaning your UI up even more. Alright, now some add-ons just do what they say, and this is one of them. It's called Trait Rename, and I'm pretty sure you guys can have some fun with this one. As you can see, my medium boots is not well fitted. It's dodge some more cunt trait. I think you guys can have some fun with this, and I want to see your most creative renames of traits in Discord. Message me your picks. But yeah, just a fun little add-on. Not really that useful, but hey. So from not that useful to really useful, especially if you play multiple characters and play the same builds on those characters. This is XL Gear Banker, and what it allows you to do is basically put all your gear in a somewhat container and be able to put that into the bank and then swap characters and then pull it all out. So it saves you going through your inventory and pulling out each individual piece. And if you're like me, you're guaranteed to always forget at least one thing. So that is the best thing about this. You don't need to log and relog over and over again because you forgot something. A great time saver add-on. Amazing. Now, the last add-on we're going to talk about is by far the best ESO add-on that has ever been made for this game. And as you're going to see in the background here, we're going to... Oh, look at those ground AoEs. They're RGB. RGB Ground Target. What more do you want in life than RGB? That's literally, ESO Combat was missing something, and it was missing RGB. And now you can do it. Now, quick note, in the settings here, you do need to make sure that you have custom colors turned on in the actual base game settings, or it will not work. I found this out the hard way when I was getting mad at it. But yeah, just make sure you have that turned on. But yeah, boys and girls, let me know in the comment section if I missed any exciting, fun add-ons. I really do want to do a detailed add-on video with proper day-to-day add-ons that I use, setting them up and what settings I use. But yeah, it's been a fun little chill video. And as always, guys, I love yous, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.